Hello and welcome everybody on my channel. As I promised you in the vlog before, I will tell you the story how I could escape from this quarantine, from this hospital. Well, after I made this first vlog about my suffering and about my mental condition, actually it was a very good therapy for me, because my mind started to work and think about it, what to do and how can I do everything to accelerate this process, so maybe they can release me even before 10 days. So what I did, I tried to order some rapid, quick tests, antigen COVID tests. That was also not very easy because I used the Food Panda application before to order food, and you could also order from shops, from groceries through this application, and it was very good because I could use my European credit card. But I couldn't order anything from a pharmacy. I was in contact with the Hungarian embassy, and they advised me to download the Grab application, which I used in Malaysia before. So I did knew that it's an application to order taxi, and in Cambodia I also used it to order tuk-tuks. This application is very expanded now, and you can also order food, groceries, and now even pharmacy stuff. So this is how I could manage to order this rapid antigen testing kit. But, well, I forgot to mention that even though I downloaded Grab, I couldn't use my European credit card. That was also very complicated. I googled that they only accept some Southeast Asian credit cards. And then again, Hungarian embassy was very helpful, and they advised me to use Revolut as a credit card. And Revolut is based in UK, so somehow this Grab application accepted my credit card, and I could order through this application. And my first antigen test was negative. Well, I contacted my doctor. In the meanwhile, I got her WhatsApp number, and I could tell her that I have a negative antigen test and I'm really feeling good. So it's I tried to use all my convincing abilities to tell her that this quarantine is really ruining my vacation, and I was working overtime and I was really doing everything to have this exotic vacation in Thailand. And in the end she called me that I can leave the hospital. Well, you can imagine how happy I was. But 5 minutes later, she called me again, sorry, you know, this typical Thailand English, that I cannot leave the hospital because in the meanwhile she checked my PCR test. And if you remember from the first vlog, I was talking about this CT value, and it was like a middle value for me, 23 on a scale from 1 to 40. And she said that I'm very contagious, so I cannot leave the hospital. Well, I was very upset. I stayed one more night in the hospital, and I did again a new antigen test, and it was negative again. And I called the doctor. Well, she mentioned that she could release me, but she must talk with the management. So it was completely unsure what will happen with me. And I was just waiting and waiting, and the doctor didn't call me back. And it was already Sunday, 8 p.m. I was calling my brother, and we were talking when my phone was starting to ring. And it was the hotel manager, and he said that they can't keep me anymore in this hospital, so I should leave. I said, okay, what? And he said that I should leave immediately, and he tried to call my insurance 10 times. Well, this is crazy, because everybody knows that in Europe nobody is working on the weekend, or at least on Sunday. So I was really surprised that he tried to contact my insurance company 10 times, and of course they didn't respond. So he was really frightening me that I must pay this very big fee. Well, it was 80,000 Thai baht, which is like 2,100 euro. It's a really big, it's a huge amount of money. And actually it was the same which my fellow infected travel partner. We met in the emergency car when we were transferred to the hospital, the older Swiss guy who also told me about his story that he was sent in a quarantine. So, well, he also mentioned that the same the same amount of money, 80,000 baht, was asked from him to pay it. Well, I was really surprised that I need to pay this money now, and I told the manager that I'm pretty sure that the insurance will pay on Monday, on the first working day, but he was really angry and aggressive to me, and he said I must leave now and I must pay now. Well, after some discussions, we agreed that I will just deposit the money. Deposit means that they will block this amount on my credit card, and we need to wait until the insurance will pay, and after they paid, they will just unblock this sum, and I will get the money back. Well, this was not true. Actually, the insurance company paid on Monday, and I contacted the hospital to give me the money back, but well, I also checked my bank account, and I saw that they withdrew the money, so they were really crazy. Well, it was a very good idea to always contact the Hungarian embassy because they were defending me and supporting me, so big thanks. Actually, I got my money back 14 days later. This is also somehow acceptable because after they withdraw the money, it takes a lot of time until they can send it from Asia back to European bank. But they were not really talkative to me, so I was actually checking each day, okay, did you send the money back already, or did you start the process of sending the money back at all? But they were not replying, and they were really not nice. And we can observe that they just wanted the money also from this situation when they called me to pay the 80,000 baht, and I told them, well, I didn't stay 10 days in your hospital, why should I pay 80,000? So they were thinking about this and said, sorry, then you need to pay the half of this amount. So actually, I was not charged about the whole stay of the quarantine, and we also need to consider that I was staying on my own expenses, and the first 3 days in this hotel, which I booked before I came to Bangkok. This was my test and go package, that I just need 1 day quarantine until I get my PCR test result, and then I can leave. But actually I was not in this situation because my test was positive, as you know, and I was waiting for my transportation to the hospital. So actually I was staying 3 days on my own expenses in this hotel, and then I stayed four nights also in their accommodation, and for 4 nights they charged me the half amount as for 10 nights. So yeah, it's really crazy. But let's go back to the main story. I just started packing, and I also tried to book another hotel for me because, of course, I didn't have any accommodation. I couldn't know how long they will keep me in this hospital, so I had no choice than just wait. And after I made my luggage, I tried to book something quickly, but my phone was ringing again, and they were saying, you need to go. And I was like, okay, where should I go? Because I don't have any booked accommodation. And they didn't care about it. So actually I just left this hospital. I had this big luggage and I had no idea where to go. But actually I figured it out that I should go to the first pub which I find on the street, and it has Wi-Fi and I can pay by credit card, because I still didn't have any cash with me. And also travel advice, if you want to withdraw cash in any Thai bank, you need to pay like almost, how much is it, like 7 euros commission. And well, I never want to fill the pockets of the banks with such a high commission, so I always bring some euro or dollars with me to exchange money. And it was Sunday evening, so you couldn't find any exchange office, and I didn't want it to withdraw cash from a bank. I was actually very upset. So the idea with the pub was the best, because I could order this big Chang Thai beer, and you can imagine that I was drinking it very fast because, well, I was really angry. But they had Wi-Fi, so I could book the hotel, and now I also had this Grab application, and I could order a taxi and pay it by card, so I could actually reach my new accommodation, and finally I could just chill and relax, because I was really upset. I still can't imagine that they were just kicking me out on Sunday evening at 8 p.m. Because, well, the doctor didn't even communicate with me. She didn't said that I can leave the hotel, so I could at least prepare that it's my last day, so I can book an accommodation, I can make my luggage. But no, nobody was communicating with me. So it was really bad how they were dealing with me and with this situation. So this was the story of my escape. Well, now I am laughing on it, as you can see. I already arrived home, but this doesn't mean that I was just staying in this lockdown and I couldn't visit anything. In the next weeks you will see, if you follow my channel, very, very beautiful vlogs from Bangkok and also from Phuket, the exotic paradise of Thailand. So it's really worth to subscribe to my channel if you didn't do it yet. And also it's very important to push on the bell icon, because this is how you get notified about the new contents for sure. Have a nice day and goodbye.